Hi, we're Roy and Karen, and this is our updated Florida bucket list.
It is. We have already managed since last August when we did our first Florida bucket list. We managed to knock off 6 of 10 things. Only 4 were left over. So we decided, let's do it again. Before we continue, we've got somebody to thank. Look up there. Thank you, Bob. We appreciate it. Very generous. It was so much fun negotiating with Mahoney on what should be on our Florida bucket list. We went back and forth and back and forth, well, I know what mine is and you know what yours is, and we got to figure it out together. But I think one of the things we did agree upon was number 10. And what would that be?
Number 10,
Yeah.
Disney World.
I think that was number 10 on our last Florida bucket list too.
We still haven't been there.
I'm still hoping we don't ever make it.
We're going to make it.
We've got 9 other things we could do. and I made some of the other ones so big, so inclusive that we may never get to Disney World. But Disney World is the kind of thing that if we have guests who want to go, that's probably when we're going to end up there.
Yeah.
So what's number 9?
Number 9 is Dry Tortugas National Park.
And again, sometimes you put things further down your list, not because it doesn't warrant being number 1. It's just we think it's probably going to take us a while to get there.
I want to go.
I know.
It's very far and very expensive, but I want to go.
Right. Well, but that's why it's on our bucket list.
Yeah.
And if you don't know about the Dry Tortugas, it's an island off of Florida. It's off the Keys, and there was a fort there that was built in the late 1800s, Fort Jefferson. But because you're so far off the coast, the water is just crystal clear. The snorkeling is supposed to be great. A lot of people go to this park. It is a national park, by the way, specifically to spend the day going snorkeling.
Mm-hmm. Some go out there and they camp.
Absolutely. One day we will make it there. What's number 8?
This is someone who goes big. All the Florida state parks.
All the state park campgrounds, RV campgrounds. So I understand there's I'm making this up, it's very close. Let's say there's about 110 Florida state parks.
That might take a while.
But there are 52 Florida state RV accessible campgrounds. We could hit 52. That's an absolutely doable thing. And some of them are awesome. Some of them are right on the beach. Some of them are in like a hammock, like a jungle. And some of them are just in the forest. So I'm going to make a list and I'm going to check them off as we go. I'll let you know when we're done with them. Speaking of all...
Number 7 is all the Florida Springs.
Now, I'm putting some pictures up behind us, and you're going to look at this and go, what? I had no idea there were that many springs in Florida. I made a list here, and there are over 125 springs in the state of Florida. But you can't get to all of them. But Wikipedia listed 125 of them. And I would say more than half of them are on private land. And some people charge you. It's their business to let you in. But some, it's on their private property and they're just not allowing access. So we'll see how many we can actually get to.
Yeah, we were able to get to the Homosassa Springs to go see the manatees, and those aren't far from the Crystal Springs, which we still want to do, and the Rainbow Springs, which is known for tubers that want to go down.
Yeah.
Just all kinds of beautiful
And then
places.
you
But
were looking
Devil's
at.
Den,
I
that's
was
like
just gonna say that.
the big number one on my list.
I don't
wanna
know
go
why.
there.
It's a big hole in the ground that's filled with water. There's no living things down there, but it's deep. So that's where our negotiations come in. So I just figured we'll hit them all. One of the ones I really want to go to is Juniper, and not because it's fancy. It just feels like old timey. It hasn't been as improved as some of the other ones, so, or at least that's the way it appears to me. We're gonna find out.
And what is number 6?
She's only doing that because I can't say it. Will I get it right? Let's see. Inverness? Is that how you say it? Okay. So we drove past a sign on the way to Homosassa that said Historic Inverness. And so I went looking up to try to find out, what's historic about it and what else is there to do around there. What I found was some amazingly gorgeous campgrounds. They're not state campgrounds. I think they're county campgrounds or wildlife management campgrounds or something like this, but not far from the town that we could e-bike to. We could camp and then e-bike to the town. But the reason I'm bringing up e-biking is because it's right, Inverness is right along the Withlacochee Trail, which I guess used to be a train track, and they took the train track off, and now it's a 46-mile paved flat path. And I thought, and it's just dotted with ponds and lakes and all kinds of, let's just call it beauty, Florida beauty. And I figured, what a great weekend. We go up there on a Friday night.
It's a great restaurant there that we should check out.
There's a lot of good stuff in Inverness. I hear it's a very quaint little town, and we could get the e-bikes, go from the campground to town, and then go along that trail, getting us close to Florida.
And we don't have to go far to do it.
Yeah.
It's right in our backyard.
It's not even an hour away.
So number 5 would be to go kind of redo something we've already done, but go experience Christmas in St. Augustine.
Oh, yeah. So, again, I'm showing you some videos behind us, and when some folks have mentioned that to us before, and we enjoyed going to St. Augustine so much that I was looking for an excuse to go back, but Karen came up with it. So maybe this Christmas we'll go back there and experience that.
Anything Christmas, and I'm all about it.
And Christmas in Florida, the weather is just perfect. It's going to be really, really nice. Look at all those lights. So what's number 4?
Number 4 is the Everglades National Park.
Oh boy. Visitors can explore the park's diverse habitats from sawgrass marshes to mangrove forests, and you wanted to go
I want to go kayak in the mangroves.
In the mangroves, we were just talking about that. And there's hiking and camping and kayaking and airboating and
I wouldn't mind airboating again. We can do it again.
Absolutely. It would be someplace different. I can't wait. Hey, Manny, you having a problem over there? Say hi to Manny. So what about wait, what are we up to?
We are on number 3.
Number 3? Oh,
Number 3.
We're getting to the good stuff now.
We're going to head out to the Emerald Coast and see Destin.
Okay. Now, everybody knows that I'm from New York, but I spent over 30 years on the West Coast, almost 40 years on the West Coast. And I don't know a whole lot about Destin. What I've heard is that the sand is like flour.
So, sugar, fine sugar.
Is that what it's like? I just want to go put my feet in it.
I know it's where a lot of the Texans go to vacation.
Number 4 that we just did, Everglades. And number 3, Destin. And number 2,
Key West.
I think we're going to hit these pretty soon. I have a sneaky suspicion. For some of you that have watched our channel and know some of the things we've talked about in the past, I think you probably figured that out too.
Some things coming up here that we're
Yeah,
already
you
planning
guys
on.
know. But Key West is not just going to Key West.
It's all the Keys and all that area.
And we can hit all kinds of things on the way. Maybe Everglades, maybe Isla Morada, maybe Key Largo. There's places
Go
to
snorkeling
feed,
out on
snorkeling and feeding. Come on, Manny, what's going on over there?
the tarpons. Give them an arm.
Feeding the tarpon, yeah. So much to do on the way. Maybe stop off in Miami just to put our feet in the water and see what it's like.
Never been to South Beach.
Nope. So I think 2, 3, and 4 might get knocked off pretty easy within the next few months. But number 1, and Karen wants me to remind you, this is my number 1, not necessarily hers. But I'll bet you when we get there, she's going to be like, thank you for taking me here, my honey. NASA, the Kennedy Space Center. I have watched so many video tours of this place.
Especially recently, it seems. A lot of people getting out there.
This is an amazing place. Everybody says, kind of like Disneyland, Disney World, you can't see everything in one day. That's what this place is like. There's just so much to see, just so much to do. And since it's all fact-based, it's a lot to take in. But the way they've done it is just so entertaining while it's educational that everybody just loves it. And everybody learns something, even if you were there when man first stepped on the moon. I remember it, July 1969. I'm sure I'm going to learn something. I'm sure of it. And I just can't wait to go. And how far are we away? A couple of hours away.
Not far.
So I'm just thinking, maybe on a Friday night, we take a drive down there. Hey, there's nothing going on tonight. The Spasmatics aren't playing tonight, so let's go down to the Space Coast and go to sleep in a Cracker Barrel. And we wake up the next morning, we can spend the whole day there, and then we don't have to worry about being wiped out from a whole day because we'll just go back to the RV and crash. Yeah.
Maybe Father's Day.
Maybe that sounds good. Well, that is our updated Florida bucket list. Now we have another bucket list, and this bucket list isn't isolated to just Florida. This is everything, and you should go check that video out right there. In the meantime,
We appreciate you stopping by.
say hi to Manny. See ya.
Say bye to Manny.